Hello and thanks for joining us on TVC News. We begin in Abuja, where the National Industrial Court has adjourned the suit filed by the federal government challenging the ongoing strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities to 19th of September. Justice Polycarp Hamman made the adjournment after counsel to ASUU informed the court that it has been served an interlocutory application by the federal government. At the resumed sitting, counsel to the federal government, James Igwe, asked the court to give the suit an accelerated hearing due to the urgency of the matter to enable students' return to school. Mr. Igwe told the court that since the matter is already before the court, it will be proper for the strike to be called off, pending the determination of the suit. But counsel to ASUU, Femi Falano, argued that the matter was adjourned for further mention and not for hearing. He noted that ASUU is currently meeting with stakeholders to ensure that the lingering crisis, which is now about 7 months old, is resolved. Staying on education matters, lecturers at the Federal Polytechnic of in Kwara State are warning that the institution may be thrown into full-blown crisis if the federal government continues to delay on the appointment of a substantive rector for the institution. The school has been without a substantive rector for more than 8 months. Correspondent Ibrahim Alege reports.
The Federal Polytechnic of Kwara State was established in 1992 by the federal government to cater for the higher technological education needs of the people of the state and the school's catchment areas. Since then, the institution has had many rectors overseeing the administration of the school. The last rector was Dr. Abdulateef Olatunji, who left the institution in January. Since then, the Federal Polytechnic has been under the leadership of an acting rector, and this worries the academic staff of the institution.
This, to mention but a few, have left the Polytechnic in serious disarray, and the piece of the graveyard that has so far been managed by the union might, in no distant time, accumulate into a full-blown crisis if immediate steps are not taken to appoint a successive rector who will lay all this matter to rest.
3 candidates are said to have been shortlisted for the position and whose names have been submitted to the Federal Ministry of Education since January, but yet the waiting game continues. The lecturers say this has put a huge challenge on the Polytechnic.
Now we operate by acting registrar. 3, the Deputy Rector Academics has retired and his position is still vacant. 4thly, the current acting rector tenure as deputy rector, admin, will soon lapse.
The acting rector, appointed in January, has now spent more than 8 months in the saddle, contrary to the Federal Polytechnic Act, which provides for a maximum of 6 months tenure for an acting rector.
It is against this backdrop that the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnic, Federal Polytechnic of a chapter, is calling on the Mr. President, who happens to be the visitor to our institution, to appoint a substantive rector for the Federal Polytechnic for smooth running of the institution and peaceful coexistence of the stakeholder.
It is the belief of the Polytechnic lecturers that there is a limit to what an acting rector can achieve, and this is why they are asking the federal government to approve the appointment of a substantive rector for the Federal Polytechnic of Ibrahim Alige, TVC News, of Kwara State.
Former President Goodluck Jonathan has advised Nigerians to vote for credible leaders who have the country at heart and would see Nigeria as their project. The former president stated this when he visited former head of state Abdul Salami Abubakar after his return from treatment. The visit is coming barely 3 weeks after former President Obasanjo visited General Abubakar at his hilltop residence in Minna, Niger State. Former President Jonathan said he recognizes the former leader's efforts towards calling for peace during elections, especially in the upcoming elections in 2023.
I've not seen Abdul Salami for quite some time. I just came back from treatment abroad. So it's only proper for me to come with some of my friends to pay courtesy call to greet him. Of course, we also stop over to see IBB. We all wish our country well, especially for the young people. The elections are coming. You have to select the person you believe that will lead us well, will serve us well. The leader is also a servant. As the president, you lead, you serve. And somebody that will take the interest of all of us. The interests of the country and will not compromise our own interests for his own aggrandizing. So somebody that will carry all of us along. Most especially somebody that will take Nigeria as a project.
The Ondo State Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adetimehin, has described the presidential candidate of the party, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a detribalized Nigerian who will be fair to all regions in the country. The chairman spoke while hosting members of the Tinubu Mandate Group, led by its leader, Pastor Femi Bakari, at the party secretariat in Abuja. Ayodeji Moradeyo reports.
These are members of the Tinubu Mandate Group in Ondo State. It has become a routine for members of this group to meet every month and strategize to galvanize support for the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his running mate Kashim Shettima. Shortly after the meeting, they moved to the APC secretariat to meet with the leadership of the party in the state. Receiving members of the group on behalf of the party, the state chairman of APC said Muslim tickets should not be a barrier. The chairman who was represented here said Asiwaju Tinubu remains a man with penchant for developing humans.
Especially as regards the joint ticket of Muslim in APC. But I want to disabuse our mind that Muslim ticket has nothing to do with election in this country. Special grace of God, what Asiwaju did in Lagos is going to do it in Nigeria. Amen.
The leader of TMG, Femi Bakari, said Tinubu is a detribalized Nigeria who has the capacity to develop human and capital resources. He urged Nigerian youth to support his aspiration and desire to transform the country.
If you look at the record of Asiwaju, there are youth in his government when he was governor. There are everybody across the world in his government. This is what we need. It is not a tribal government that we are talking about. It is about who can do it, where we have somebody at the helm of affairs who have the knowledge to take care of all the interests. Nobody will talk of religion.
Members of the Tinubu support group are expected to take their campaign to the grassroots and other stakeholders in the days ahead. Ayodeji Moradeyo, TVC News, Akure.